all of the scars that you can see on my body here, especially my head, my eye,
and here also.
my finger,
Yes.
and my foot here almost broken down with the hole. See the hole?
Yeah.
Here. These scars resulted after or during the Khmer Rouge time. If someone was found, his or her background was from the intellectual family or highly educated background, or the former civil servant from the previous regime, he or she must be executed. The Khmer Rouge wanted to uproot the highly educated background of the intellectual. During the Khmer Rouge time, my family and I, we pretended to be illiterate. We could not read and we could not write, and we were the farmers. But the Khmer Rouge didn't believe that. But because I was young, I was brought to be interrogated by the Khmer Rouge soldiers for many times. But the first time, I didn't receive any punishment from the Khmer Rouge during the interrogation, because they tried to use very soft, sweet words to me because I was still a child. And the Khmer Rouge believed that the child would tell them the right thing, the real thing. But I was already trained and educated by my father, my mother. We try to not confess anything. If one family member confess anything, the whole family would be executed. So the first time that I was brought to be interrogated by the Khmer Rouge, I never confessed. Then I was released again. Later on I was brought again to be interrogated again. Again and again, I never confessed. Finally, because after many times of the interrogation, the Khmer Rouge lost their patience. They started to beat me. Because they started, if they changed their strategy to generate the information from me, because they tried to speak very sweet word to me, but I didn't confess. But later on they started to beat me, so that I could confess. But I never confessed. My eye was bitten by the Khmer Rouge during the interrogation. They got the branch of the tree with the thorns. They strike on my face. The thorn of the tree just pricked into my eye. Then I lost my eye. I was living with the painfulness from my eye, and there was no medical health care. Like I told you, no hospital. So my eye healed by itself. About 6 months later, I was living with a big painfulness in my eye. The tear came out, the pus came out, and my eye finally exploded because of so much pus. When my eye became healed a few months later, the Khmer Rouge brought me again to be interrogated. They tried to ask me the same question, but I never confessed. Then they started to beat me again. Later on, they used the stick to beat on my head, and this broken. My head has been broken. The blood came out throughout my face, and then they released me back home. A few months later, when my head became healed, they start to make the interrogation to me again. But at this time, my finger has been beaten. 4 fingers has been broken down. This one has been chopped off during the interrogation. Later on, it was healed by itself. So I was living with a lot of the punishment from the Khmer Rouge interrogation. But because maybe my good luck still there, that's why I was spared by the Khmer Rouge could never kill me.